everybody. Steve Bontell back at the Insurasales booth here at 8% Nation 2023 in a very warm and toasty Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
It has been on a cool day, about 110 degrees. I think when I landed it was 114. So it's been hot here really in this auditorium, and it's because so many people are here and so many people are talking about it. I'm with Roy Snarr, and Roy, you've been around this agent world for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
You are an icon in the long-term care business. You've come to shows, you've seen all types of different things like this. For somebody that's on the fence, somebody that kind of has heard about 8% Nation, but they don't really know if they want to invest or come here, what would you tell them?
Here's what I would say. Why not? Because when I first entered into the space in the insurance world, very few conferences, the only conferences that were really being hosted were like carrier specific or group specific. You can be from any background, any company, and then come here. That's what's nice. All walks of life, whether you sell life insurance, Medicare, long-term care, annuities, assets under management, property and casualty. There's a lot of property and casualty folks here.
Yes.
It's a welcome group, and here's the difference. You're going to surround yourself by other people who are not only investing to come here, but taking time away from their family and their businesses for a purpose to learn more. So you're going to surround yourself with a group of people that are all trying to do better, and that's how you really learn. You can ask people questions. Hey, how'd you build your practice? I want to learn from you. And everybody's open-minded here. There's no secrets. That's what I love most about it.
Yeah, well, what's great is always about educating. And you know, when you talk about the Snarr Agent Academy, and what you've done, Roy, over the years, is that it's always been about, you always put the agent first. You're always trying to figure out to make sure that he's educated, he's up to speed on everything, that he's not left in the lurch. He understands long-term care from the very beginning all the way to the very end, and that educational part is really what we hear, like at this event. We hear this like throughout the whole thing. It's a learning experience, isn't it?
It is, very much so. Because when you come here, you get to hear all these different people speak about how they build their practices, how their experience with this particular agency, and it helps you learn. I'm like, wow, I can get some ideas here. I should be doing this. Maybe I should do this differently. They're more successful because they did this avenue. Let me try that avenue. It's a total learning experience. My mind's racing right now. That's the reason why it's so hot. Everybody's fired up. So many ideas floating around. It's a giant mastermind group, and everybody's super cool, humble, and friendly. And there's no secrets being kept like it used to be. Everybody's like, this is exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. Cody is, there's a lot of young folks, and you're one of those two. It's all relative, right?
Yeah.
Every time I look in the mirror, and I see
you got more hair than I do.
Yeah, but that's I don't know. It's dropping fast. But Roy is one of the up and coming really leaders of our industry, just like Cody Askins, and you see that here. You see maybe some old timers like me, but you see some folks that are really young and vibrant and aggressive, and the messages that are coming out of their mouths is like, this is amazing. Like, it gets me inspired. Like, wait a minute, I've been doing this 28 years in this business, and I'm learning something every day. Like, I'm watching people pull out their notepads, and they're writing all the time. And guys are coming in, and I'm thinking, like, what'd you think of that guy who was speaking up there? And he goes, that guy's amazing. Like, who is this? We had, like, the first day, right? We had Carlos Boozer. For
awesome.
13 years, or whatever, in the NBA, won a gold medal, played with Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Amazing.
And he's sharing the secrets of what made those guys great each and every day. And you're like, well, we didn't even hear that. Like, as fans, you don't hear what goes on.
No, you don't hear the background.
You don't hear the background, and you see what these guys do every day, and you're like, wow, this is what it takes to be great. And it's the same thing for people in the long-term care business, right?
Very true.
And trying to understand how to prepare for their retirement. You do that maybe as well or better than anybody in the country.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, but give us an idea about what you do to really help, seniors and people under 65, which is a huge market in the long-term care business, prepare for a time when they're going to need long-term care.
It's a great point. So I'm very passionate about this because I lived through it 4 different times. My mother became disabled. So all these things happened to me. So I have total empathy in this industry because I've lived through this, started from nothing, built this agency up. And then what we've done with that, we've translated all of those struggles and wins and failures into a training platform so other agents can take this and do it themselves. And we're very passionate because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm able to help, like, say 100 agents learn just a little bit more about long-term care, the most underserved line of coverage in the entire insurance and financial industry, right?
That's right.
And then they can make an impact on their families' lives and their clients' family lives, all because I helped drop a couple little gold nuggets. So it's amazing. We have agents from all over the country call, say, hey, I was able to help this client out, and now they're able to actually protect their family just in case the event of long-term care. We do it all over the place.
You know, folks, that you're watching this, if you're an agent and you're thinking about being successful in this business, that's only part of it. If you have a parent or you have a grandparent, at some point in time, most of us who are going to watch this are going to need long-term care. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
Now, whether you want to talk about it or whether you want to accept it is another thing, but you're going to be needing it. So you need to start planning for the future. You need to talk to somebody focused on not only your retirement, but literally preparing for the time when you're having to deal with, as like you, Roy.
Yeah.
I was a caregiver at 25, and I was a caregiver for 14 years. I'm back to being a caregiver again. And you might say, wow, well, if you caring about other people, you will make buying long-term care insurance a necessity, not a suggestion, but a necessity. And Roy, help people who are thinking about long-term care or said, somebody mentioned that at church or somebody mentioned that the other day. Like, I really need to talk to somebody about that. For people who are thinking about talking to somebody, what would you tell them right now?
Here's what I would say. Think of it this way. About 70% of all the people, your clients, friends, family that you ever interact with, are most likely going to need some level of care throughout their life, right? It could be, even if it was 50%. The point is, are you not going to have that conversation? How are you going to feel when their kids call you, if you've helped them, or a family member knows you're in the financial services or insurance business? Did you help mom and dad out with long-term care? Did you help my parents out? They need help. And you say, nah, I didn't care. I knew about it, but didn't invest the time. And so, to your point, it's not for everyone, but at least build a partnership with somebody local to you, or like with us, we partner with agencies all over the country. They literally just refer us the business. They're on the app, they own the book, and we just do all the work for them, right?
Wow.
And we share in the revenues. It's a win-win situation. Just have the conversation and don't think about the money that can be made, because it is great, but do it because you want to truly help people from the bottom of your heart.
So what you have, is you have the Snarr Agent Academy that focuses on asset preservation, asset protection, making certain that long-term care is part of that portfolio. And if you're an agent on this call, and it's not something, as Roy said, you feel comfortable talking about, for whatever reason, that's okay. That's what Roy does. Let your clients talk to Roy and his team. You will find very quickly, not only will you start learning why it's important to bring it to your clients, but it's something that, frankly, you're going to want to then start taking out to your future prospects, and you'll become an expert. And here's a great thing, like you just said, you're able to train them. You're able to teach them about it. And there's a stigma in this industry that sometimes products like long-term care, where you're like, well, maybe if I don't use it, I lose it, or it's a little more complicated to talk to than or maybe the underwriting's a little bit harder than so and so. For all the people that want to make excuses why they don't want to market long-term care, tell them why they need to.
Okay, so all the archaic paradigms about long-term care, I can't afford it, it's too expensive. The first thing I always ask people, how much is it? They have no idea, right? Is $500 a month expensive to $15,000 for care? Okay, all the objections could be totally eroded now. There's guaranteed issue long-term care, guaranteed return of premium, 100% liquid options from day one. Premiums can start as little as $1 a day for even shorter term type policies. And you're not having that conversation with your client because you lack the information to even have that conversation to help inform them. And that's what we do. We train you on how to have the conversation. Share your story. Ask any of your clients, have you ever experienced a long-term care event in your life? And if they're over 60 years old, the majority of them say, yeah, my mom, dad, my aunt, my uncle. Now here's your opportunity to actually take care of yourself so your kids don't have to go through the same thing that you went through.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a really powerful insurance product. It's maybe the most powerful because it involves emotions.
It does.
Maybe in a way that really is only rivaled by life insurance, but in a way where it's like, this is my mom, this is my dad, this is my brother. We're living through this, and we want to make certain that maybe we can share that risk with an insurance company.
Right.
So we don't have to pay for everything out of our own pockets. We allow the insurance company to share in that. And you help the agent understand that. And you have all those consumer marketing materials that allow the consumer not just to see facts, but to maybe open up their heart and understand that maybe it's time now to get in this business. So if you're watching this today and you aren't in the long-term care insurance business, but you're kind of thinking maybe it's worth a call, if you will, I believe in the Snarr Agent Academy, and I think you will too. Roy, if you will, look at the camera and let these folks know how they can reach you.
So luckily I have a very unique name. You just Google Roy Snarr or Snarr Agent Academy, SN as in NATO, ARR. You can find us there. And if you're watching this, just mention that you saw me on the Insurasales podcast here, and I will give you a free copy of the international best-selling book that we wrote called Long-Term Care, Bridging the Gap Between You and Extended Care. If you read this book and your consumers read it, by the way, it's only 88 pages, it is impossible not to want to learn more about long-term care. And if for some reason they don't have any interest in it, you would never be able to help them anyway. The book does the selling for you, and we'll give it to you. You can give it to your clients. You can even white label it and put your own name on it. We offer that program too. But just go to the site, check it out. You can download a free copy of the book online, or if you want us to mail you a copy, just message us. We'll send you a copy in the mail. We want to do this to help you help others.
Roy Snarr, long-term care, I must tell you, it is, I believe, it's the absolute #1 product that every agent should be involved in because it's going to impact your life.
Yes.
Listen to the passion, listen to his energy, listen to his fervor for wanting to help families and want to help agents. You would be, you'd be naive and I think a little bit irresponsible if you don't talk to Roy and his team and get that book. It's free. Get the book, and I think when you do that, your life may change. Roy Snarr, Snarr Agent Academy. I think you're going to love it. Roy, thanks so much for your time.
Hey,
it's great
I
seeing you.
appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir.
Awesome.